Bloop, 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 bloop. Ooh, he likes to flop. Joseph Blandisi makes an absolute jackass of himself last night versus the Flyers. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Flopping. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, what's happening, everybody? And the crazy Tommy C. What's happening to my partner, Dead on Dave? You know, we really shouldn't make fun of Joseph Blandisi. You know why?
Why is that?
Well, because, according to Wikipedia right here, he was shot by a sniper in a tragic incident over in the Prudential Center. In a tragic on-eye incident, Blandisi was shot in a parent sniper while playing the Philadelphia Flyers on February 16, 2016 at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Sadly, mistaken for a dive, he was awarded an embellishment penalty for the play. However, replay footage clearly shows the sniper rhyme striking him in the back to the left. The search for the shooter continues.
Those invisible bullets are mothers.
I strangely wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I know you did.
I did. Well, he did get slashed. I mean, that's
a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I would say a little bit because you see that in slow motion, and you get hit in the back of the. There's no knee pad for the back of your knee. So, there was a part of me they wanted to, cut him a break. But I think what's happened was this. Tell me if I'm wrong. And let's give credit to the NHL referees here. They got it right.
They did.
It hurt. He was off balance slightly. And he's like, fuck, this hurts. And they're going to get away with this. And I'm going to jump and flop like a fish. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And they'll draw the penalty. Well, boy, was he right.
Yes.
But it looked like, actually, no, he was wrong.
Great job by Bland Fishy.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Because he's a flopper.
He's a flopper. What was the, you sent me a quote earlier in the day that he kind of admitted it, sort of.
He did. He did kind of admit it. It was an interesting quote. Let me bring it up. Let me find it. It is, oh, shit, you guys buried it.
Yeah, buried it, yeah. Well, I give you the synopsis of what it said.
I can't remember now. So, okay, Devils rookie Joe Blandfishy says, on his embellishment penalty, I never got swung on like that before, but I guess I could have done something to avoid that penalty. When asked what specifically, he said, just take it. Think about it before I go to the ground.
That's pretty much an admission.
It's admitting.
That's an OJ If I Did It book, you know?
He flopped. I'm not even hating on it because it did draw attention to the penalty. So there was a little bit of purpose served here. He's going to get punished for it. He's going to get publicly fucking humiliated.
Oh, it's already too late, man.
We're all going to move on. He's a rookie, too. Jesus
I'm putting pictures of Nemo in the thumbnail, man. I mean.
I know.
He was
ESPN straight out did a whole little clip and music, and ESPN gives shit about fucking hockey.
Well, you know.
And says,
no, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no, you're good.
The thing that's cool about it is, you have to admit the the change that they made 2 seasons ago. Yes, I saw that.
That's for deception.
Yes,
deception
I know,
in the
I saw
chat.
that.
There you go, deception.
You got to admit and I didn't think it was gonna work as well as it did. The NHL a season ago installing a sort of a lightweight sort of slap on the wrist fine system for diving has worked wonders. Even though the money isn't that much, it's the humiliation that's actually worse than any kind of money they'll pay. And Blandisi actually helps the cause. You know, there's always a fear among hockey fans, especially with the more and more anti-fighting each year, that if we get rid of fighting, we're going to see more of this, which I think you can make a reasonable argument. But if there's this much public scrutiny on the diver, so to speak, then this is a way to sort of police the league without having to punch anybody. And I think it's actually a really good thing. If you get nailed as a diver, you may get a fine, and all the way up into your coach getting a fine. And I think that's fantastic because that's something they didn't do in soccer, and now it is considered a part of the game and a necessary part of the game,
It's
and
the culture,
and even a skill. So we're actually protecting our hockey culture, because don't kid yourself, they dive a lot more in Europe. They try to draw fighting majors more in Europe because you get a game misconduct. So the fact that we can kind of publicly shame Blandisi, and I kind of liked his response. That's as bad as honest as I've ever seen an NHL player get about something like that. With the possible exception of Mike Ribeiro, who embarrassed the Habs, probably ruined their reputation permanently. So I like it.
I like the fact that they're leaning on SMJ. Yes, SMJ, social media justice.
Yeah. Well, it's great. It's great.
Go with it. There's so much power through social media nowadays. Use it to fucking kind of, maybe you don't want to do this. Because people care about their Twitter feed, you know?
Tommy's giving this, Pierre says, like, I'm giving this too much attention. This is the only time I've ever done any kind of show on it. And I don't want my sport turning like soccer. You know,
when somebody flops, we talk about it.
As a soccer fan, I mean, I watch the Premier League and no other league for that reason. So I think it hurts sportsmanship. We said this the other day when we were talking about it. It's not soccer's a wonderful game. It's the sportsmanship. And we don't want diving to be a skill like fighting and being a pest is. And that could very easily come into the game. I'm not just picking on the Devils. I'm not even just picking on Blandisi, you know?
No.
And look, some of my favorite players, Wayne Gretzky dove all the time.
Sure.
The difference is they were a little more subtle about it back then.
Hell, the only thing Rick Nash did a few years ago in the playoffs was his dive.
Oh, God, in 2014.
That's the only impact he had in the playoffs.
Look, I'm not even against diving. I understand. I know why PK Subban snaps his head. He's trying to win. I get that. What I want that to be is a dark part of the culture.
Yeah.
I want that to be low.
What was the darkest fucking part of the Mighty Ducks movie? When Emilio Estevez, that motherfucker, tried to get his team to dive.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be. He tried to get his team to cheat Bombay, you fuck.
That guy hated hockey and he didn't like kids.
He didn't like kids.
Yeah, what a horrible guy.
Drove limo on ice, said, I don't give a fuck. I'm killing all these kids.
Good. I think this, Jack Millay. Gretzky dove? Blasphemy. Well, I got news for you, Jack Millay. I read Gretzky's 1990 novel about 15 times. And he says that when it gets to the point, he talks about Mike Keenan when he's playing the Flyers. And Mike Keenan, you got to earn your chances, Grutz. Right? And people ask me if I dive. And he's like, yeah, sure, I dive. You know, I don't ever remember Gretzky doing something like that. I think what happened is he would embellish a penalty that was already committed. I've done that. I've done that in my own time. Like, I'm getting hooked. I'm getting taken away from the play, and I want to bring attention to it. So I fall. I would have never jumped, and I never fucking snapped my head back. And I also found hockey fans, and I also noticed this for soccer players too, if you actually, you draw more attention by not drawing attention, because so many people are so used to the flopping, especially in soccer. I never flopped once in a soccer game, and I was drawing penalty when the team that I played for in Germany, I was pulling penalties left and right, because when I got pulled down, I just kept moving forward. You know, it actually attracted more attention. So because the acting it's overdone. Everybody does it. So
that's why I'm not killing Blandfishy very much. I'm not killing him too hard.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
I'm not killing him too hard because he did get slashed. I mean, he got hit in the back of the knee, and I'm sure it didn't feel good. However, he thought about it for about 3 seconds, then jumped in the air.
He committed to it. No, I think this is good. I think it's good. And I think it's good that he admitted it, or sort of admitted it, or walked. I probably shouldn't have done that shit. You know, also shows you what kind of coach he has. Let's talk about the New Jersey Devils a little bit. I watched that game. That's the one game I decided to watch yesterday when I woke up this morning. Holy shit, was it a good game? And don't let that score fool you, that 6-3 score fool you. Devils probably played a much better game, and the damn cracked at the end. The problem is, the reason Devils lost is because it wasn't boring.
Yeah.
It wasn't the one oil cheese. They opened it up, and the Flyers were able. And the Flyers aren't that good either. But they have like one or two guys that are stars. Simmons has almost 30 goals right now. Drew is obviously always a danger if he decides to get hot. So they open up the game, and I think that benefits the Flyers. So, and I think that's the only reason they the Devils got to keep it simple, devil stupid, and make it a snore, and then they'll win a lot of hockey games.
Rarely are they going to be able to compete if they give up 6 goals a game. Remember, this is the team that is the best in the league at stopping the puck.
Yeah.
And they're the worst at scoring the puck, too. So if they give up 6 goals, they're probably in trouble.
Well, it's a nutty game right off the bat. I mean, Gianta went out within a couple minutes. Then Gudis, which was probably a revenge play for the penalty he kind of got away with on the head shot that he got away with in versus Buffalo. Refs probably didn't like that call by the player safety group. They gave him a game misconduct, which I think was questionable, but I think it was payback for getting over the player safety group the week earlier against the Buffalo Sabres. And so he goes out right away. It was really chippy. A lot of stuff happened behind the play. It was I got to be honest with you. Away from the play, the Flyers can be a little dirty. They can be a little disgusting.
They got nothing else to do.
Yeah, the Devils kind of they took it to them. I think they dominated most of the time, and the dam broke at the end after Philadelphia seemed to tie it up at 3. It just all kind of fell apart from there. But let's give the Devils a little credit.
Let's give the Devils their due.
Let's give the Devils their due. I think they played.
You're so fucking lucky to have me here.
Yes, Jeez. The Devils get their due right here on In the Crease. But yeah, so I mean, I think it was it was what a great game, really exciting, open, a lot of fun. I don't think the Devils. It's like Pierce says, they don't have the tools.
They don't,
but they definitely have the system.
They can stop the goddamn puck, though. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, you don't want to draw them in the first round.
No, you know what they are, Tommy?
What?
They're fucking plucky is what they are. They're plucky.
Yeah. I don't want
to stop that puck. If you don't give up goals, you're going to win games.
I hope they finish. I hope they go. I hope they take a shit ton out of the Capitals in the first round. As far as being a Ranger fan, I don't play them. I'm going to play them
Ask
later.
The St. Louis Blues. You run into hot goaltending.
Mm-hmm. You can get the Dubnicked. And Corey, and let's not. Corey Schneider's an all-star, and he well deserves it. And don't be fooled by the score. The Philadelphia Flyers did not crush this team. The dam opened at the end. So let's be very, very clear. Fun game. Enjoyed it, which is unusual with the Devils. I'm going to touch on this, and then we're going to go to our sort of, because it's not a big, I want to talk about this, something Matt Gazzar brought up this that was interesting. Steven Stamkos is relieved to have trade rumors put to bed as his team concentrates on winning, according to the Tampa Bay Times. I think I talked about this Monday with Malay, but I didn't talk about it. He's going, right?
I want to say but this has been such a really weird situation. When you see things, usually there's a little bit more clear-cut signs that they're out the door. I don't know if I'm seeing them with Stamkos. And some of the things that Toronto has done to open up a little bit cap space for next year and such would make you think that maybe they are going to have the money to offer him that'll keep him in town. Maybe he wants to stay. Now, based off some performance that they've had this year, maybe not.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's the first time he's going to be an unrestricted free agent. The money's going to be thrown at him, even with the down season that he's having. He's not having his best year. He's still very productive.
Do you think he's
coming into the prime of his life?
He's still an all-star. He's still an all-star. And I don't know if he's going to go score 60 goals. That might have been a fluke to begin with, but he's definitely still an all-star.
That came before knee injury. So
do you think that's absolutely true? Do you think with Stamkos, he's afraid that a team like Tampa does not have the revenue to give him the team and then also put a team around him? Because a player like Steve Stamkos needs a goalie. He needs guys to set him up. He needs a strong defense. If I've seen this happen in a lot of different sports. You have this megastar, and they can't afford to put anybody around him. So by going to Toronto, yes, Toronto's in bad shape. They keep pointing that at it, but Toronto definitely has the funds to spend. It's just a matter of finding the people, and they are doing management things. I think we can all say Babcock and Lou Lamoriello, and even Kyle Dubas for taking a chance on the analytics guys.
Toronto's on the right path.
I think so. Yeah,
I definitely think they're on the right path. I don't know if getting Stamkos this offseason is the right move. Because I still think even with Stamkos, they're 2-3 years away.
Yeah.
So even with Stamkos.
So it doesn't really matter.
And in fact, getting Stamkos might get them 5, 6, 7, 8 extra wins next year that might get them out of the running for a top draft pick for the next 2 or 3 seasons. It may not be the best idea to get him.
Yeah. LOL.
Because they need a lot of help. There is a talent deficiency on that team.
Yeah.
They are wretched, Tommy.
Oh, they're horrible.
Wretched.
They're horrible. But do you think Stamkos, it's not so much, everybody says Toronto, maybe he's just like, because I'm 26, that's the halfway point for most athletes. He has had knee surgery. This is the only chance that he's going to get Kane bucks. Let's face it, Kane gets Kane bucks because he's in Chicago. And if he was in Florida, he's not getting Kane bucks. So do you think this is that type of move right there?
It could be a cash grab, but I think that Toronto's going to be able to offer him close to that. Or not Toronto, I'm sorry. Tampa's going to be able to offer him close to that.
Yeah.
But the question is going to come down to what you said. Does he think that he's going to have the players around him? Because are they going to be able to pay the triplets?
They'll sign him like the Jets just signed Bufflin, but who the hell else can they get?
Yeah.
So maybe he doesn't have a lot of faith, and I do believe, although I have nothing to back this up, I think he's got a problem with Stamkos, and I think that stems from Martin St. Louis and the way Martin St. Louis, because they were very, very close. So they had a mentor, sort of Stamkos was an apprentice of St. Louis. He had so much respect for him, and it was kind of stripped away from him in a sort of uncomfortable manner, and I think he may have lost faith with Yzerman.
Yeah.
And Yzerman, he really handled that poorly. I was really shocked. Because we're talking about, like, as a player, it's so funny. Like, Shanahan, Yzerman, guys that I just, like, worshipped as gods as a teenager. And just how little respect for him I have as being corporate men. It's really, it's almost like a wrestling tale. Triple H becomes, like,
he just seems he's very unseemly. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I liked him as a player. I
loved
really
him.
did.
I thought he was one of the best leaders in sports. He would have been Gretzky had Gretzky never existed. There's no doubt he was best player in the league. He was always kind of overshadowed by Gretzky and Lemieux. I mean, he really would have for a lot of reasons. All right,
they won in Detroit though.
They're talking about. I'm going to talk about socialism and shit in the chat. All right. Does anybody listen to me? One thing I want to talk about. All right. Speaking of this whole diving situation, Matt Gazar says something in the chat that really caught my ear. It's one of my favorite topics, and I'm going to bring it up with you now. Biased in sports announcing. It is one of my favorite topics because I am always shocked in a poll. Like Gazar says that Jack... oh shit! What the hell is his name? I had one of those brain.
Pacioretty? Jack
Edwards. Jack Edwards. It just slipped. The Jack Edwards has single-handedly give the Habs a bad name, which is bullshit. I mean, Ribeiro probably did more damage to them, and even when I was a kid, the Habs were considered the Frenchie divers. I got news for you. That's the way it's always been, Matt Gazar. But that brought up an interesting topic to me. I am always shocked and surprised on how much hockey fans, and really sports fans in general, get so upset when certain, especially in hometown broadcasts, and now with things like Game Center, we have access to the other cities' broadcasts, how angry they get when the hometown guys root for the hometown team. Yeah. I don't understand it. And I got to be honest with you, and Jack Edwards takes the most. Jack Edwards makes hockey in Boston interesting, and that's all he has. He doesn't have to make it interesting for you. And he's a hack. No, he's not. He's an announcer, and he's a fan. So what's wrong with that? Show an ounce of professionalism.
No.
What's unprofessional about what he's doing? He's entertaining the people of Massachusetts. What do you think about this?
He's appealing to the home demographic.
Yeah.
It's what he's hired to do. Now, look, I'm not a huge fan of the straight up all-time homers.
He's one of them. He's one of them, though. In fairness,
I don't even think he's that bad compared to some of the people that
really?
I hear. I mean, there's some
other sports,
really, really bad ones out there.
You watch other sports, so
yes.
But who cares?
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Like who cares? I know my guy Sam Rosen's a homer. I mean, it's often said that Sam Rosen would have had season tickets if he wasn't announced to the Rangers. He's not like Jack. I think my father always says he doesn't like when the guys insult the other players. I don't even think that's a bad thing. And if anything, Matt Kazar should thank Edwards because I got news for him. The rivalry between Boston, a little bit with Cam Neely, and Montreal was dead in the 80s. It was dead. It just has come back in recent years. You could put a lot of that on Jack Edwards. I don't want to say Jack Johnson. I don't know why.
Jack Johnson.
Didn't he sing the World Cup song in 2006 in Germany?
I'm sure he did it very douchily if he did.
How did that song? No, I don't know. Maybe that was a Jack Johnson. I don't know.
Strumming my guitar.
Do you believe that's 10 years ago this summer? That was a crazy time here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that was one of the best summers of my life. Jesus. Oh, that was the best summer of my life, for sure. I was 29. Getting tons of ass. Watching soccer.
That was 25 years ago.
No, it was 10 years ago.
It was like 25.
It's 2006.
It's okay.
Douche. Good times. Good times. Except
I'm just proud that you can remember it.
Fuck off. Fuck you. I got a beautiful memory. Except for Jack Edwards. Jack Johnson.
They say it's the first thing to go. You know?
Okay, what are we talking about?
I don't know. My memory's shit too.
Yeah. What are you talking
Homers.
About?
The homers.
Yeah. I don't understand. Like, to me, I could see it as a heel wrestling announcer. Like, what do you care?
Sure.
Like, this thing. I could sort of understand with the national broadcast, but I also notice a lot of guys clean up their act a little bit with the national broadcast. I got news for you. For all you guys that love, I'm having another one of those things. Pull myself together. Doc is a huge Martin Brodeur fan and an even bigger New Jersey Devils fan. And I used to hear this in New York, but Doc's great. Who cares? You know, he doesn't root against anybody. I think that's who cares, and who cares if they do? Like, what's the big deal? Like, somebody explain to me. Like,
what's so wrong with having a little personality?
What oath? What oath do you have to? It's professionalism oath. By the way, journalism doesn't exist. It's a figment of your fucking imagination. Yeah. It's a code that's only brought up to basically discredit other people. It doesn't actually exist. It's not a law. It's not practice. It's just one of those things like, well, Jesus said, and it's the same thing as like, well, the journalism code says. It's the same. It's just as empty, you know. Yeah. So there's no such thing as journalism. Journalism is a myth. It's something. It's journalism's like it's like nirvana. You know, it doesn't really exist, but it's sort of an ideal. It doesn't exist. So who fucking cares? And since he's an announcer, not a journalist, I don't get this. Somebody explain. Somebody call me up and tell me why these guys need to be professional. And what do we know? We got Mr. Matt Kazar. Tell me why I'm wrong, stupid.
No, you're not wrong. I like Homer announcers. It's just that Jack Edwards is one, but the Montreal announcer is so freaking neutral, so I don't get any pleasure.
Well, take it out from them because they're take it out on them. They're boring.
On the opposite, they even criticize their own players. Like, criticize the other team. Shit, like I do.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you, Matt.
Yeah.
Because if your team's playing like shit, that Homer announcer needs to be that's part of their job too.
Yeah.
Calling out the fucking organization. And that's a balance.
But he's saying that's all they're doing. That they're just dumping.
That would bother me too. If they're like, look how great they're playing hard even though they are terrible. Look, your team is awful.
Yeah.
Just awful.
Yeah. No, you'd probably, if they sucked up to the team too much, Matt, you'd probably hate it. What are you doing right now, by the way?
I'm in Tim Hortons.
You're in Tim Hortons. Doing what? Bothering people?
Hearing a
studying.
Who?
What? Doing what?
I'm studying.
Studying what?
Organic chemistry, and I'm probably annoying everyone. I always get dirty looks when I talk to you here.
Why is that? I'm telling just put your middle and the fingers in the air. And
I think he's in an area where they're studying.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's not a good idea to study. Do you talk really loud? Like, I'm on the phone with Tommy, and everybody knows it? I'd be a little aggravated.
Yes, sir.
By the way, Pure says.
Please, someone throw a book at him.
Pure says your team is shit.
Oh, they are shit.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
Oh,
But
the numbers kind of back them up.
That's a fact.
Hey, even I'd admit my team's playing like shit.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Are you ready for them not to make the playoffs? Because it's really it's not unreasonable. I got news for you.
I'm emotionally prepared.
Do you want to know what place you're in right now?
Go for it.
12th. You're in 12th.
Oh,
12th.
12th in the conference.
Holy fuck!
Yell in that place.
Second.
The Habs are in 12th place.
Matt, you now have less points than Philadelphia.
That fucking.
There are.
I went down worse than my sex life.
Yes.
Listen to this. There are only 3 teams in the conference that has less points than you. Buffalo, Toronto, and Columbus. That's your company, buddy.
Oh, boy. That's funny. I don't know what to think about this, Dave, though, because I won't have him whining about getting screwed in the playoffs. And
you don't have to worry about it this year.
The upside is I won't have him whining about the Habs in the playoffs. And the downside is I won't have anybody to put in the channel because he won't be whining about the Habs in the playoffs. So it's kind of a lose-lose.
The bright side for me is that so much stress is going to be relieved. I'm the type of guy, watch hockey, I get stressed. I start sweating a lot. I get diarrhea. It's the worst kind of stress, and like being relieved from that, it makes me.
You're welcome.
Yeah, he lost us at hockey diarrhea.
No, I heard it diarrhea.
Yeah.
I had enough of that shit.
That was enough. That was enough of that.
Diarrhea. Unbelievable.
Unreal. He ironically enough, he gets those same symptoms when he talks to women. It's not good.
Pierre's so mean. He's getting like really vicious. I think it's because he watches this show. It's not an opinion, dummy. That's
because he talks to you too much.
Nah, he's a prick in his own right. I don't think he knows.
He is. He's
kind of a prick in his own right. I don't.
But
mind
he's
that.
Wonderful.
I don't mind that. You made a good decision, Tommy.
That's right.
How you been?
I am. I'm okay.
You okay?
Family drama. My mom's 53rd birthday today. I had an aunt kick off the other night. Unfortunately,
sorry to hear that.
It's been okay. I'm all right though. I got a Pokemon hat on. Things can't be too bad. You
look ridiculous.
If ridiculous suddenly turned to like amazing, then you're right.
You have a Pokemon hat on.
It's Pokemon,
Pokemon. No, I speak English.
Get Jamaican.
Why would I want to do that? I speak perfect English.
You gotta get a little Jamaican. Pokemon.
Yeah,
what are you doing? I'm going to Pokemon.
I bet Pierre plays Pokemon.
If he's smart, he is.
He probably did, but he wouldn't admit it now. He's like at that age. I don't play that shit.
I admit it. I play it. I play it on YouTube wearing this hat.
You're making a little scratch. Playing it, I think. Tommy.
On my way to 2,000 subs, bitches.
Tommy, say the announcement. What announcement? I'm not. I think I know what you mean, Matt. Type it to me, and if I don't want to get the wrong one, because I would announce it if I could. But you told me not to say something, and I haven't, and I'd love to announce it. So just type it to me in Skype, and I'll announce it. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. I guess I just don't want to let go today. No H1Z1. They're off tonight. That's
Sometimes
the problem.
You can't let go.
Kevin Dwyer, Mob Talk Radio, Pure Pustinen out of Finland, Kanoza 046. Everybody loves to hate the Habs. Gun Cannon, of course, Pittsburgh.
Because it's so much fun.
Yes, it is. I enjoy it. Jack Malay, Deception, of course, and many more that I just didn't bother to screen, except Calvin Acosta and Terry the Snow Queen.
Look at all the Pokemon fans in the chat. Look at them.
Because they're all like generation millennial.
They're loving it.
Wise.
20th year anniversary, man.
20 years of that bullshit.
That awesomeness. God, can you imagine going back in time and being able to invest in that shit on the ground floor?
Oh, I remember like in New Jersey, like people were stealing them and shit and moving them, and
printing money.
Like the mob got involved with those stupid cards, like moving them around 20 years ago. Jesus Christ.
Printing money.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Does he send me the announcement? Roy always does that. He goes, "Your mother," and he writes that.
Your mother.
Like, because I actually use Google Plus. I'm mostly for promotion. Sometimes I put my kids' pictures, which I'm sure everybody's absolutely sick of at this point.
Oh, everyone likes your kids' pictures.
No,
man.
you know what? I don't want to let go because I'm putting Roy on. I've decided. Roy in Florida, what's on your mind?
Yeah, man. I only listen to the radio announcers from Boston during the hockey game.
Yeah.
Even if it's on TV, I won't even watch TV. I only listen to the guys, and those guys are great, man. And they'll call motherfuckers out. They're saying Char's a deadbeat right now.
Yeah, they'll. Jack calls his own guys out, but what Matt's saying is like his guys don't call anybody out, and they're like super fair and super professional. Let me ask you: do you really give a shit if the announcers and the Habs, either in French or English, badmouth the Bruins? I mean, who cares, right?
Right. Who cares?
Does it? I don't know. I can't imagine you getting too mad about that.
No.
No.
Are you high?
No.
No.
I'm fixing to. I'm getting ready.
Yeah, you want to be. Where do you smoke? Do you smoke outside, or are you allowed to smoke in the house?
Oh, I know. I'm out here in the garage. I'm in my garage.
Oh yeah, I've seen your picture of your garage. That looks like a perfect place to smoke pot. Do you have to hide it? Do you got to hide it from your old lady? You got to hide it from your old... No.
No. It's not like that.
Does she ever take a drag here and there?
No, she absolutely hates it, and she hates me for doing it.
Oh, why? Well, does she hate you when you're on it? that must be fun. I don't know. I think everybody.
That's therapy, Tommy. That's therapy.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Progress.
Yeah, it is progress. I do. I think everybody should smoke weed. I don't have a problem with it.
I wish I had some right now.
I think the NHL players should be allowed to smoke weed. It's on them.
Sure.
I think they could be kicked off the team if they're too into it. I don't have a problem. That's up to management.
Look, if you abuse it and you go crazy with it, yes, absolutely. It's like with anything.
How is it there in Germany? Are they on board with it? Are they jumping on?
No, it's illegal, but you're not
very illegal here.
Yeah, but you're not going to really do any time. Germany.
Get in a lot of trouble for it.
If you're
everywhere here in the States, everybody, Obama put that in his writings or whatever. Every state, it's legal for them, but the state is responsible of distribution, and the state has to get off their ass.
It's still a federal crime, but
but they did say that they're no longer going to be, enforcing it.
I haven't had a joint
in the states that regulated it.
I haven't had joints.
And most of the counties I'm surrounded by here, they've kind of dropped it. I mean, if you got less than 28 grams, you're walking.
Oh, really? Well, here they smoke weed down the street. They walk down the street. This is old Turkish guy. He's about like 70, and he has like a hunchback, and he walks down the street, and he puts the joint on his back. He like holds it on his back, and he walks it, and like you can smell it everywhere. And he acts like he's sneaking it. He just pulls his right arm up and goes, and he has a stupid grin, and then he sticks. He doesn't even put it in his pocket or anything or cup it.
That sounds like your neighborhood.
It's on his back. It's funny.
Do they roll it with tobacco too? I heard they.
I don't know what the hell they do.
They do that here. In fact, I can attest to that because my wife once scored for me from a friend who did that exact same thing. I took a drag of this joint. I can't smoke. I can't smoke like regular tobacco and shit. It fucks me up. And I almost died because she cut it with weed and tobacco. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Fucked up, huh? I haven't smoked. I haven't smoked since 2004. Before that, it was 1998. Before that, it was 1994. And then before that, it was every other day up until 1994. So.
Oh, that reminds me. I didn't get through yesterday.
What's up?
Yesterday, in the date yesterday, what happened in 2005?
What happened in 2005? Yesterday? What was yesterday? 2005? Where was I? All right, 2005. So it just wait it. That's 11 years ago. I don't know.
What What was the news headline?
I got
What
out
happened?
of basic training and I got sent to Fort Gordon.
February 16th, 2005. I have no idea.
What happened? What happened?
The fucking hockey got canceled, dude. The
Oh,
strike.
yeah, that's right. 'Cause
Oh.
that's when I got... No, he's right, because when I got
Yeah.
out of AIT, no hockey. Everybody's just... All it was talk was Sidney Crosby for her entire year. Sidney Crosby, and there's no hockey to watch. And then I was like, God, I hope that guy sucks. I'm sick of hearing about it. I was half right. All
I
right,
was
buddy.
still not caring about hockey at that point.
No.
Wasn't even on my radar yet.
You're lost. You're lost, buddy. You're lost.
I've seen the light now.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, Roy, thanks for the call. I think I'm going to end this show.
All right, Bergeron scored last night.
Yes, he
I hope
did.
you saw
And, yeah, you guys are going to make the playoffs. I wouldn't worry about it. Worry about what comes after. You know, who knows? Maybe you guys make a deep run. Still a lot of Stanley Cup experience over there, you know. All right, bud.
All right, see ya.
Break. I wouldn't want to play the Bruins either.
No, just because they always have that
Yeah.
that little bit of fear.
Because they're Bruins. You know.
And Tuukka's played really well this year.
Yeah,
overall.
Tuukka's not played bad. That's not a bad hockey team. I think it was a little fluky that they didn't make it. I think they have kind of an identity problem a little bit. They don't really know what they want to be.
Yeah.
But I've always had a lot of faith in Randy Carlyle. Not Randy Carlyle, because they look the same. He looks the same. They all everybody. Barry Trotz, Randy Carlyle, and that Frenchman over in Boston. I forget his name. They all have they all look the same. They all look like the Thing from Fantastic Four. All of them.
Michael Chiklis?
Yeah, Michael. Everybody looks like Michael. Michael Chiklis could play Barry Trotz in a film about John Scott. That'd be funny if they approached him.
That would be funny.
Maybe Michael Chiklis should play the guy that tells John Scott, like, would your family be proud of you if you were in your All-Star game? That's why I know that was from Colin Campbell. I know. Nobody could say anything that stupid. Nobody could come up with the logic. Well, if I tell this guy that his kids will be ashamed of him because he's in an NHL All-Star game, he'll definitely not want to join now. Only buddy that's stupid is Colin Campbell, you big dummy. Dummy. I guarantee it. You guys, I tell you what, when that movie comes out or a book comes out, don't be surprised if you see Colin Campbell. Another thing to look out for is when the concussion thing starts getting really hot in the courts, watch Colin find another job.
Sure.
Coaching Pee-wees in fucking Saskatoon. You know?
I'm coaching junior high.
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing I had to report is I've been blocked by the Minnesota Cat Lady.
That's a worthy cause.
Yeah. I just sent her the one link and I said, this is my reply. What I didn't notice is, and I'm not going to give out her Twitter account. I checked, and had I known this, I would have used it for ammunition. She has a habit of finding like sexist things on the internet from businesses and telling them, remove that. So I was like,
it out.
So my assumption was like dead on. You know, It was an attempted censorship via guilt. And when that didn't work, it was direct.
She has one of those social media divining rods.
No, she's
just looking for social injustice.
Lonely, miserable, and she thinks it's the world's fault that she's lonely and miserable, and it's her, and that's really what it comes down to. A
lot of these stem from just jilted lover syndromes, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Just sour fucking grapes on your lot in life, so you got to take it out on everyone around you.
Well, I mean, the thing is, to sit there and say that I lied about her statements. I don't think I mentioned a statement once. I didn't mention one of her statements. What I did is I read into her motivation for attacking SmackDown God. Yeah. And I think you know what I think happened is the librarian thing got to her, if I had to guess, because it was just too close to home. So she had to find a reason to justify it.
Gonna get defensive.
And then she can write in there and say, that's the stuff you said about calling me a cunt doesn't bother me. It's the fact that you lied. No, actually, calling you a cunt should bother you because that's the only thing that I probably did was wrong. That was wrong. Yeah. That's not very nice.
What's great about it is that she lets that pass because that makes her seem cool, that she doesn't care that you called her a cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? There's a lot of talk in the chat about my Pokemon hat. You know why I wear the Pokemon hat, Tommy? I'll tell you why right now.
It's a lot of talk in the chat.
because I'm tough enough to wear it. Because I'm tough enough to pull it off.
Yeah.
You want to test me? Come to Germany.
I mean,
got
who's
45 seconds of fury.
Who's gonna tell a fucking hardened war veteran that not to wear a Pokemon hat? You know?
Fucking ain't right.
I mean, if you were like eating gravy and stuff in the veterans home and you were slobbing it all over your chest, I would be acting like it was completely normal. And if it was with a Pokemon, who's gonna say anything to you?
Who's gonna say anything to me?
Like if somebody said it, like
it's not like I played a horror video game and screamed. Right?
That was the best. I want to believe that's a work.
Unfortunately, I am not that talented.
It was pretty entertaining, I'll tell you that.
It was good stuff.
I know, because you're on the phone. It's like, Tommy, no, I'm not what I used to be, and I'm afraid. You've never had heart problems, but you're afraid you do have heart problems.
Look at me. Look
yeah,
at me.
I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I don't need a reason. Look at this. I'm a walking heart attack waiting to happen.
I don't know, man.
Y'all all love me when I'm gone.
I don't know. It was sort of like you were on I felt like I was like you were on a roller coaster or something, you know?
Yeah, fear will make you feel that way.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't like shit jumping out at me, man. I don't like that I can't fight. I had a camera. What am I supposed to do?
I don't like games when they can't fight back.
I want to fight.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Boy is no longer calling into my show anymore.
Why is that?
Because the video that I posted today.
What did you post?
I told you that I calibrated him.
How long is the video?
It's about 4 minutes. It's wonderful.
You should have told me earlier. I'd have aired it.
It's about 4.5 minutes. I calibrated him because I couldn't hear him, and it's pretty
all right.
wonderful.
I'm gonna take a poll real quick. Would you care if I play the video on here?
Oh, please.
All right. I want to see at least 5 yeses, and we'll play the video. All right?
Yes.
5 yeses, and we'll play the video. I'll cut the music, 5 yeses, and we'll play the video. That being said, let's do some headlines. After missing 4 games with a concussion, Ryan McDonough is expected to be back in the lineup for the New York Rangers. Definitely needed.
Yay.
You know, I'll tell you something else. Rick Nash has been hurt like a month. I can't put him on IR in fantasy. It's pissing me off. Fucking ridiculous. And in real bad news, Kari Romo for the Calgary Flames, one of the few guys holding it up over there. Done. ACL. Done. See you in training camp in September.
Yeah.
Goodbye, sir. You know. But yeah, that's it. So let's see. Yes. We're doing it.
It's overwhelming.
He's not calling the show anymore. Yeah,
it's pretty special.
All right, let's cut the music. I'm a man of my fucking word. Let's go to your site. I'm working on it right now. This ought to be fun. This better be good.
Oh, it's pretty good.
You really good?
Yes,
it
is literally my favorite thing I've ever done on the air.
Your issue with him is like he's like unrealistic sports wise, right?
Well, not in this case. It wasn't even that. It was just it was Pittsburgh Boy's very special. And this was his specialty, his specialness was on full display in this video.
Really?
My wife even joined the chat and said yes.
Yes. Oh, really? He wants to hear it too? All right.
Everybody does. It's really, really
It's
special.
how to calibrate prank callers. Is that it?
Yes.
All right. Let's put this bitch on, man.
I couldn't hear him, and he was being really boring, so I decided you could see the light bulb just turn on.
All right. Here we go. Hope I don't get tagged for monetization. Here we go. Here we go.
See, this is the thing. They're confusing me what they're trying to use the Wyatts.
Why does it sound like you have cotton in your mouth?
Huh?
Sounds like you have cotton in your mouth.
Well, I was sipping down some beer, so.
I don't know. You sound really mumbly. I'm gonna hang up on you because you sound mumbly.
What? No.
I can barely understand you.
You can't understand me.
Barely.
Barely.
Go. You know what I need you to do because I can't hear you. Maybe we can like calibrate. Can say the alphabet for me?
Oh my God.
Sing the alphabet?
Yeah, not sing it. Oh, you can sing it if you want to. I just want to because I can't hear a lot of the letters that you're saying. Go ahead and just do the alphabet for me.
A B C D E F G H I J K L M. This is fucking stupid.
Yes, it is.
No, keep going. It's helping.
It's helping?
Yeah, it's helping. I can hear you. I can hear you better. Keep going.
NOTWXYZ.
Hey, Pittsburgh boy, by the way, Chris Russo wants you to be on his show.
Okay, that was good. The letters I didn't hear too well. Start at L and go forward.
LMNOPQRSTUVXYZ.
Okay, all right. Well, that helped. That helped a little. Just do the vowels.
You look like a fool, aren't you?
Just do the vowels.
All right, you got to go to Dave's channel, Dead on Dave, to see the rest because I don't think it would be cool if we played the whole thing. So you got to go to Dave's.
It gets better.
Give Dave's the hits. Dave did it like Dave's like, yeah, I think we should only tease that because I remember Real Talk was like, only tease the songs. Don't play. I was like, when we were doing the Real Talk thing, I was gonna play the. He said, what are you playing tonight? And I was like, oh, the whole record. Okay. And he's like, you can't do that. I'm like, you can't. All right, we got a phone call. Let's see it. Unknown phone caller. Make it quick. Unknown phone caller, you big dummy. What do you want?
Hello?
Hello. What's up?
Hi, how's it going?
All right, what do you want?
I just wanted to know if you've ever considered peeing on a 9-year-old's face.
Get out of here!
Is that a yes?
That's funny.
That's good.
Yeah. No. I don't know. That guy used to prank me in New Jersey. He doesn't do it anymore. Last night in the National Hockey League, the Canes whacked the Jets 2-1 in regulation. Who cares? I'm sorry. They signed Bufflin. What do you want me to say about that? Braden Shen recorded 3-point night with a goal and 2 assists. Flyers beat the Devils 6-3. And just a note, Rathko Gudis, who probably has the greatest name in the NHL history.
That's a good name.
Yeah, I know. Rathko Gudis was ejected.
That's a great name.
For a hit on Bobby Furman in the first period. Yes, he was. See if I can get to butcher this name. Borvatowski tied the game late in the second, set up Kuznetsov, which I got right.
Just say it fast. That's what you gotta do.
Kuznetsov for the game winner at 2:02. Cavs take the Kings 3-1. Does that say anything about the Kings to you? That they everybody. The one thing about Washington is now they got a target on their back because they're now the measure of greatness. The Kings didn't do much with them. In fact, they're having trouble with Eastern Conference teams.
Here's a little dirty secret.
What?
The Kings are not that good.
Okay.
They're not that good. We're talking about a team that's 33-20-3. They got 69 points, man.
Uh-oh.
They're not that good.
That
Pacific Division is
sucks.
horrendous.
It's abysmal. No, that's a good point. Ericsson's goal, 33 seconds into overtime, leads the Boston Bruins to a 2-1 victory. Craig Anderson made 37 saves. They sends top the Sabres 2-1. Sharks double up the Bolts 4-2. Kevin Shattenkirk's 10th gave St. Louis a 2-1 lead, the 2-1 win in overtime. Tonight in the National Hockey League, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Chicago's in New York for your Wednesday night rivalry.
Lock of the week.
Yes. But they're not a rival.
Yeah.
I know. It's kind of lame for me to say it, but it's just a fact. They're not a rival.
It's a big game, though.
Yes, it's a test for the Rangers. That's for goddamn sure.
It's two big markets. Well, hell, even
Yeah.
the Blackhawks, up until that trouncing they gave Toronto, they've been playing like shit as of late.
Yeah.
Going through some injuries with Panarin and now fucking Hossa out, who has really not played that well this year.
Yeah.
He got a fucking sudden case of age, didn't he? Jesus.
Yeah, sure did. Sure he did. 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Habs in Colorado. I'm going to bet in Colorado just to piss Matt off. And I bet I win. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Minnesota North Stars. That's right, I said North Stars are in Calgary Flames. A Kerry Romulus Calgary Flames. Let's see if this guy can actually be funny. Prank caller, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
so you got to be
same
funny
thing.
quick. You got to be funny quick around here, pal.
Gotta be funny. Gotta be
Gotta
quick.
be funny quick, because otherwise you have to get out of my crease.